Hello everyone, Jesse Webb, Traders Pro. Market conditions, bullish in a bull market still, and continuing that overall nice uptrend. Currently, we're seeing momentum in that upper bullish trend location. We are also seeing breadth, which has been continuing to improve here the last few days, and also seeing sentiment, which is in that extreme range. It hasn't moved a whole lot here, and oftentimes doesn't. Oftentimes that'll just stay in that upper range for a length of time throughout the bull market. Buy-sell ratio, we're seeing some continued strength here in buy-sell ratio, and again, that's a part of that breadth indicator that is continuing to strengthen. So we're seeing buy-sell ratio at 1.87, and possibility here for some support, and a possible run up here on S&P 500 to see some expansion in that buy-sell ratio. If we could continue this overall move and break out to that upside, that might require a little bit deeper retracement on S&P 500. Let's take a look at that chart right here. We are seeing sentiment, which is in this upper range. This has been hovering in this upper range and tagging that upper reversal location here a couple of different times within this overall uptrend. If we look at S&P 500 and the market conditions right here, we did see a little bit of a downturn yesterday. We've talked about, or Friday, we've talked about some of these support locations, this 509 range, that 500 range on S&P 500, on SPY, which is the ETF for S&P 500, and then really that 236 support area. So we've really got three areas of support to really be watching, paying attention to here as markets consolidate and possibly attempt, kind of a retracement, reversal, and some support. We're going to be looking for a continuation of buy the dip idea, but we want to see continued support holding up, specifically in this upper range for sure. We've got a little bit of a ways before we get to that location, though, on S&P 500. But we'll keep an eye on that for additional signs of a crack in this trend and a reversal in this trend. If we take a look at bonds, we have seen bonds which have moved, continue to strengthen right here, and that's what we want to see, as we've been talking the last few days about this new fledgling trend in bonds. Remember, we want, as bonds are moving higher, interest rates are moving lower. So when we're watching this chart on bonds, and we want to see it continue to strengthen this direction, and that's the market saying that they believe that the Fed is going to continue to consider that that easing stance here going in. They want to see the economy kind of pausing. The economic numbers have been really good. For inflation, that's not necessarily a great thing, because that is, unemployment. There's still money out there chasing those goods. We'll see if that continues, and if the Fed ultimately ends up lowering those interest rates going forward. If we take take a look at some of the muscle stocks for today, still seeing some crypto miners, which are coming back into play. Really volatile right here with a lot of these miners. CLSK is one of those. We saw MARA, which is really volatile. They really haven't moved with Bitcoin, and CLSK, that may be that fledgling move here if it can gain some momentum. Bitcoin has certainly had a huge run here, and some of these miners certainly could be participating here going forward. Let's take a look at a couple of other stocks in the list here, and we saw CRWD, CrowdStrike, which has also been a big name recently in this run-up with AI stocks. Also some volatility here towards the upper end of that range, but keep an eye on CRWD as well. That's one to add into that watch list. Keep an eye on there as well. Still some nice names. Seen Biotech, which has also been in that upper range, and seen some retailers that are in there as well. Gap, and some good-looking names in there. Carnival Cruise. Let's take a look at that one and see here. See some consumer names. A possible new uptrend here in Carnival Cruise. Keep an eye on some of those as well. That'll do it for today's update. Everyone have a fantastic week this week. And if you want to join me in my Discord channel each morning, there's a link in the description of the video below. I'd love to have you, and have a fantastic day today. Thanks a lot.